So, good afternoon, my dear students. Today, one of the important examination point of view question mark. So, 99.9% chance in the examination point of view. So, basically, why I'm taking this topic is very important, nothing but. So, the basical SDLC, System Development Life Cycle, is a process. That process is always depend on this kind of model. So without this model, we can't expect in the SDLC, System Development Life Cycle. So this model is very, very important to provide the particular information, how the software was developed, how the one person will be maintain the particular project. That is called as the generic process model, GPM. Sometimes in the examination point of view, simply question number 1, question number 3 may be possible to GPM. They have to print the GPM. You only mold it is called as the generic process model. So this model is very, very important for what? Why this is very important? Here, I have to provide a small information here. This process model is a primary stage or an abstract of the software development process. So we want to begin the software, we want to begin the one task, we want to begin the one kind of project. Before starting, how it is possible to maintain the project, how it is possible to maintain the software. The beginning process of the project is called as generic process model. I have to take this model is called as a primary stage. In this case, I want to take one simple example is there. Dear students, if you want to attend a practical examination, what is your examination? What is your program? I don't know. On the day of the examination, you simply come to the examination hall. For example, after receiving the question paper, you decided what is my questions? Which questions are suitable to write the answers? What I am prepared the questions? First you take a underline. First you take like a small tick to that particular questions. Then you decide which question I want to start, which question I want to begin from. You should write the question. At last you got a result. You got a 80% result. Means what? You have to get a result depend on some kind of measurements. Those measurements will be given by the one process model is called as generic process model. ఒక టాస్క్ చేసినప్పుడు ఆ టాస్క్ యొక్క రిజల్ట్ రావాలి, పర్ఫెక్ట్ రిజల్ట్ రావాలి అంటే మనకు ఒక మెజర్మెంట్స్ మనం ఫాలో అవుతాం. ఆ మెజర్మెంట్ ఫాలో అవ్వడాన్ని మనం జనరిక్ ప్రాసెస్ మోడల్ అంటారు. ఇప్పుడు మీకు ఈ సాఫ్ట్వేర్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ అనేది ఒక సబ్జెక్ట్ ఉందండి. ఈ సబ్జెక్ట్లో మీకు 80% మార్క్స్ రావాలంటే మీరు కొన్ని మెజర్మెంట్స్ మీరు ఫాలో అవుతారు. మీరు ఒక పారామీటర్స్ కొన్ని ఫాలో అవుతారు. ఏంటా పారామీటర్స్ అంటే ఒక మంచి మెటీరియల్ ఉండాలి, గైడెన్స్ ఉండాలి, ఓకే, అండ్ గుడ్ హ్యాండ్ రైటింగ్ ఉండాలి, రెగ్యులారిటీ ఉండాలి. అంటే మీనింగ్ ఏంటి? ఒక సబ్జెక్ట్ పైన మంచి గ్రిప్ ఉందనుకోండి, యూ షుడ్ రైట్ సంథింగ్ ఇన్ ద ఎగ్జామినేషన్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూ. Those parameters is helping to get a wonderful result. ఈ ప్రైమరీ పారామీటర్స్ ఏమంటారు? ఒక టాస్క్ ని ఫుల్ఫిల్ చేయడానికి మనకంటూ కొన్ని పారామీటర్స్ కావాలి. ఆ పారామీటర్స్ ని ప్రొవైడ్ చేయడానికి మనకంటూ ఒక మోడల్ కావాలి. కాబట్టి ఆ మోడల్ ఏమంటారంటే జనరిక్ ప్రాసెస్ మోడల్ అంటారు. ఐఎమ్ రైటింగ్ హియర్. It is used in the most software since it provides a base of them. Base for them. So we need fundamentals. The fundamentals will be given by this generic process model. So this process encompasses the following 5 steps like a communication, planning, modeling, construction, and deployment. So this model was depend on 5 types of stages, type of steps. Listen carefully here. When you should complete the step 1, then you go to step 2. Then you complete the 1 and 2, then go to 3. Then you go to 1, 2, 3 promptly, you go to 4. 1 to 4 successfully over, you have to simply resulting the particular and perfect output, whatever you want. So the generic process model having 5 steps like a communication, like a planning, modeling, construction, and deployment. Here, one diagram is there. The diagram carries 2 marks in the short type question, 3 marks in the essay type question. So please, all of you, simply follow this diagram. Very simple diagram is there. So this humble request to you, all of you should maintain this diagram in the examination, may be helping to get 3 marks out of 10 marks. So I am taking here, this is called as input, like a communication. This input will be goes to output as a planning. The planning also input again goes to output as a modeling. The modeling take as an input, then display as a output as construction. The construction is received as a input, then display as a output as a deployment. This is a circulation, like a cycle, life cycle. So in this stage, anyone not possible here, we can't complete the any kind of task promptly. Here I am taking the first stage, go to simply communication. I am writing here, in this step, we communicate with the clients and end users. For example, our class is there, Zoom video class or Zoom class, whatever it may be. So I want to share my feelings about GPM, generic process model. This is my information. I'm simply sharing my information to multi people through a platform is called like a Zoom or YouTube, for example. So I want to share my feelings to you. When it is possible, when we should have the communication, relation. I'm writing here, clients and end user. We discuss the requirements of the project. So what we are required the projects to fulfill that. The basic requirement will be taken by the communication step. The user gives the suggestions on the project. If any changes are difficult to implement, we work on alternative ideas. So we have to share our feelings. For example, project means one guide is there and remaining clients are there. The clients having the different kind of ideas. So they, by using these ideas, we can simply receive the information. So what is a good, we can receive that and implement promptly. So this is called communication. ఏం చేస్తున్న communication లో the users give the suggestions. The users will be give the suggestions on the project. If any changes are difficult to implement, we work on alternative ideas. If there is no drawbacks, there is no problem. But we have to implement some information by the group, by the crowd, by the team. That kind of community is taken by the one special stage is called as a communication. Then go to planning. In this step, we plan the steps for project development. So this is a very, very crucial and key role, ma. Why? Because there is no good plan, we're not getting good result. When there is a good plan, automatically we got a reasonable and generic result. So compared to all these five steps, key role goes to planning. ప్లానింగ్ ఈజ్ అ సెకండ్ స్టెప్. మీరు ప్రైమరీ స్టెప్స్లో కమ్యూనికేషన్ ఎలా తీసుకుంటున్నారో సెకండ్ స్టెప్స్లో సెకండరీ కేటగిరీలో మనం ప్లానింగ్ తీసుకుంటాం. సో ఐఎమ్ రైటింగ్ హియర్ in this step we plan the steps for project development. After completing the final decision or discussion, we report on the project. After discussed by the clients and end user, then you decide. So this is the correct information, this is the suitable information, this is required information. Then we report on the project. Planning plays a key role in the software development process, just I told. We discuss the risk or drawbacks involved in the project. So where the drawbacks is there, the drawback, how to avoiding the drawbacks, how to avoid the risk, how to avoid the errors. This kind of discussion is only possible through one special stage or special step is called as planning. Then I go to next one is there. Modeling. It is also one of the important key role, ma. We have to design how it is possible. So in the examination, in the place of modeling, you should write design also. In this step, we create a model to understand the project in the real world. This is called as a blueprint. How it is possible to write. For example, write a C program, the given number is a prime or not. That is my question. So before start of your coding, you decided what is the structure of the program. That is a planning. You have to discuss about the program. It is a communication. In the modeling, you should write the one code. The writing the code is called as designing. The designing goes to modeling. I am writing here. We create a model like a code to understand the project in the real world. We showcase the model to all the developers. The code will be sent to all the developers. If changes are required, we implement them in this step. After communication, after planning, after design, the design was implemented to or sending to the developers. If there are any drawbacks, any failures, we can simply change the particular changes, whatever you want. We develop a practical model to get a better understanding of the project. We should maintain one kind of practical model, practical code. After modeling, after designing, we can simply go to construction. So construction also one of the key role. Why it is a key role? In this step, we follow a procedure to develop the final product. After coding, we should follow one kind of procedure. Why need this procedure? I'm writing here. If any code is required for the project development, we implement it in this phase. There is no errors, there is no drawbacks. You can feel, yes, my code is totally correct. My code is totally perfect. Then you decide, then go to construction. So I'm writing here, we also test the project in this phase. You can simply compile the coding. You got a output. You simply enter 5. Yes, 5 is a prime number. That kind of result is taken by the constructions there. So after communication, planning, modeling, and construction, we go to last step is called as deployment. What is deployment is there? It is called maintenance. In this phase, we submit the project to the clients for their feedback. Very good. Good decision taken by the clients is there. So what is the drawback? That is called feedback. When the feedback is good, my project successfully completed. I'm writing here. In this phase, we submit the project to the clients for their feedback and add any missing requirements also. For example, all are giving the same feedback mean there is no corrections. Somebody's find out the small error is there. Sir, ఇలా చేస్తే బాగుండేది, ఇలా చేస్తే బాగుంటుంది. So we can add this one. We can simply avoid this one. This kind of take a correction by this deployment. When it is possible? After taking the feedback. We get the client feedback compulsory. Depending on this feedback form, we make the appropriate changes. Now you decide, yes, my output is clean output. My project is successfully done by my clients. So this is called as generic process model. The future on 18th of first internal examination, my questions, there are two questions are there. One question goes to here, list out various steps in GPM. List out the various steps in GPM. You should write this system. 1, communication. 2, planning. 3, modeling. 4, construction. 5, deployment. ఇలా మీరు నీట్గా రాయాలి 2 మార్క్స్ క్వశ్చన్కి అయితే. అదే మనకి బ్లాంక్లో ఏమొస్తుంది, సో సారీ ఎంసీక్యూలో ఏమొస్తుంది, మల్టిపుల్ చాయిస్ క్వశ్చన్లో ఇన్ ద ఫాలోయింగ్ is a category of GPM అంటాను. GPM. In the following is the category of GPM. That time you simply write. So there are ABCDs there. You can simply find out what is the correct answer. Then put a mark on that correct answer is there. Third question. GPM stands for. GPM stands for. You should write generic process model. Okay, there are 3 questions may be possible from this topic. So listen carefully after receive this YouTube link in the WhatsApp. After you realize, you should write this information in your notes. I hope all of you understand this topic very, very nice. So please take care and please write this information in your notes. Thank you.